There is a saying that everybody dies, but not everybody lives. This is my 79-year-old grandfather, and this is me, almost 25. And I'm going to ask him some of the most important questions that can possibly be asked to someone who has already lived a very long life like him. My aim is not to know how to live long, but to live more. You see, you can live 100 years without having a greater purpose, and you can live 10 years with a greater purpose. And those 10 years is much more valuable to me than those 100 years. You decide which path you choose, and you will find what you try for. And it is your pursuit what will make you living. Okay, so here's the story. You see, an average person of a society starts school at age 6 and finishes his study at 24, around 24. And for all of those years, his or her main focus was to achieve a good score in exams, nothing else. And during this time, a very few of us actually can manage some time to think about life and to zoom out for a while and see the bigger picture. But it doesn't end here. Once we finish our study, the rat race for a living hits us with all of its obstacles. And because of the high competition in job market, it's even worse. And finally, if we really get lucky to get a job, then we begin to start a family and raise kids, and we put our kids into the same rat race that we have been through. And then, when we are really old, don't have a job, don't have much family responsibilities, don't have any worldly race to win, then we begin to open our eyes to our life that we have lived. And then we start to look for a meaning. And then we realize that I could even do more. So, what went wrong? Actually, nothing went wrong. You had to do all of those things. You had to study, you had to get a job, and you had to start a family. And you had to raise kids, and you have to throw your kids into the same race that you have went through. But you have just missed something. But before you go there, let me ask you a real question. Why are you still living? You don't live only to study. You don't live only to work. And you're not living to make the world a better place for others. That's not true at all. So why are you still living? Let me tell you something. Look, let's be honest right here. You're not living to become happy, because life is not only about happiness. Your life can be very painful, and the more you grow, the more you understand that. In the very inner sense of yours, you're living for a purpose. You're living for a meaning. You're living to leave a legacy behind. You see, in life, we intend to find value in everything, even in the small things that we do everyday life. And it makes us too focused on our daily works, so we barely can find some time to think about life itself as a whole. And we forget to find the value of life itself. So, what is the value of life? Now we have got to the final question. The value of life is its meaning. The value of life is its purpose. And the value of life is having a goal. And the value of life is to die a good death. Once you have a meaningful purpose in your life, you will find meaning and value in everything, even in things that you thought meaningless before. So wake up, find your meaning, and live it.